On July 23, 2020, the police received a phone call. The person who called claimed to have heard a few gunshots in the area. When the police got to the scene, they found the body of 41-year-old Eloy Lebron in his white 1998 Toyota Tacoma. After lots of investigation and watching surveillance footage, the police eventually came across two women, Marqia Hamilton and Jarea Shield. From the surveillance footage, the police saw a white Saturn driving away from the crime scene. A few hours later, the same car was spotted with the two women getting out of their apartment. The police began by interrogating a family member who spent a lot of time with the two suspects. The detectives hoped the two women had told her what they did.
Whose house they were at, but you're telling me the car was not at home at 11 o'clock when you left.
The detective starts by asking whether she knew the car's whereabouts, which belongs to them. However, this girl claims that she doesn't know where the car is and never finds it after waking up.
It's very
Especially
difficult.
one tied to murder.
It's very difficult. Medical schools don't look too kindly upon that. You were with these girls all day and all night.
The detectives then try to trick her into giving up their location by showing her that her chances of going to medical school would be very slim if she were found to be lying. However, the girl still maintained her story, claiming she was not with the two women at night. In fact, she claimed that she didn't even know where they were. The detectives tried everything they could to make this girl talk, even telling her they knew Marcia's whereabouts. However, in the end, she tells them that she doesn't know anything about where they are or where they are. After her, the police then talked to a witness who claimed to have seen it all go down. This man was able to describe everything that happened, including some of the finer details. However, he also claimed that two men were in the car and both fired their weapons.
10 windows, and then this car cut a right.
Two-door pickup.
Yeah, two-door pickup. This car cut a right, and then you said it
Cut him off. He cut him off.
cut the truck off.
Right, and was shooting. And he was steady shooting. But he was steady, when he's turning, he's shooting. And he kept going, shooting, and he stopped.
Point to where he was shooting at.
He started right here. He started shooting right here, over this way.
This man describes everything, including how the two people were shot from the car. He even demonstrates how the two people in the car shot at the man in the pickup truck. However, since he told the police that the two shooters were male, this led the police to believe that the two women were just passengers in the car. This is why, when the two women were being interrogated, they were treated like they were just accomplices. But little did the detectives know that these two women were the actual killers.
This family is desperate. They need answers. They want to know what happened.
I understand, but it's like y'all want me to admit to something that I don't know. I told y'all what I know. I told y'all what I was doing over there. I should never been over there. I already told y'all. It's like y'all want me to just say I was shooting, which I was not shooting. I never pulled a trigger in a day of my life.
The whole time the detective talked to Marcia, she seemed very relaxed. She was probably trying to keep her cool. The detective tried to convince her that the police knew Marcia and Jarea were not the ones who pulled the triggers. This is based on the previous man's statement.
The evidence is super strong against the occupants of that vehicle. Do I think it was you and Jarea? God, I pray to the Lord that you girls wouldn't go over there and shoot up that damn street. I pray to God. But two people shot from that car. The car that you own, the car that we recovered. Two people shot from that car. And yes, we can prove that. And I'm not bullshitting you, or you would not be sitting here.
How can you prove it?
You will see through testimony and evidence that that came from that car. Okay?
Anytime the topic of evidence comes up in an interrogation, the suspects always jump to ask what the police know. This is to find out whether the police know enough. If not, the suspect has some time to cook up a story that seems legit and get themselves out of trouble. So, when Marcia asked the detective what evidence they had, the detective tried as much as possible to avoid answering that question. The detective fumbles, explaining to Marcia that the evidence against them is strong. She then told Marcia that she knew the two girls were there during the shooting. The detective even explains a scenario of how the girls got there. But Marcia still denies that they were there. In fact, she goes ahead to deny that any shots were fired from their car.
Those guns, who did?
No shots was fired out my car, detective.
Eventually, Marqia claims that they were at the scene of the crime when it was happening. She claims that she was with Jarea in the car when the shots were fired. As the detective continues going through the evidence of that day, Marqia suddenly sets her off, and the detective starts questioning whether Marqia was the one behind the shooting. Marqia went on to tell her story, and the more serious the story became, the more nervous she got. Eventually, Marqia went ahead to implicate herself when she even described to the detective how she would shoot.
You know what I'm saying?
You didn't have them before.
No, but this right here would identify.
But you didn't have them before.
I had this one before, yes.
Not when you stuck that one out the window
I didn't
over the
have-
hood of the car. You did not have that.
I did not have this one over.
Correct.
And just like that, the police had already found their killer. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more engaging content like this one.